What is up, guys? Welcome back here to another Rise of Kingdoms content. In today's video, some of the biggest question that has been going on that I've been reading about, and some of them were like statement and maybe a little bit of a like negative remark, because recently we migrated into 2581. So I kind of want to explain why we did what we did early and leaving KvK in 1412. Now, as you guys know, you can see here in the map that we are now in another KvK. So prior to the discussion of moving into 2581, I was speaking to Morningstar, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to migrate into 2581 in the very beginning of this conversation that I had with him. So there's many factors that plays in a role that, caused me to migrate into 2581 and leaving ultimately 1412. As you guys know, we've been to 1412 for about a year and a half or 2 years now. So some of the factors is being an Imperium kingdom. I feel like it's very overrated. I feel like many players cannot enjoy playing in an Imperium kingdom, because if you're playing an Imperium kingdom, the level is really high. It really depends on the playing style. If you have a lot of free time, then playing Imperium kingdom is actually worth it. So playing in the lower seed, I used to play lower seed, and I feel like I kind of missed all of the aspect of playing in the lower seed. First, lag is going to be less. Finding gold mines is so much easier. I don't have to go search for it. I just use the search function. The population is much less. My farms can farm, gold mines as well at a very easy pace. The farms never really had issue in 1412, but the main accounts, since the zone 4 is a little bit crowded, farming for gold is a little bit difficult. So that's another aspect that I want to say that affects one of the movement that I did. So another thing is, of course, I mentioned the lag, and being able to be a rally commander again and being able to defend. I think that's one of the biggest thing as well. Now, we didn't just choose any random, seed C or seed B kingdom. We definitely chose somewhere in the 2500. So I could have moved in the earlier kingdoms, maybe in the, above 1412 or slightly below 1412. But I know that wasn't going to be the perfect fit for me as well. So I did not move there. I decided to move here in 2581 because of the number of the kingdom and the health of it as well. As you guys know, I had another account in 2500. That was actually a perfect place for, getting started again. Ultimately, I had to leave Kingdom 1412 early in the KvK because I was told that we are going to be registering soon in 2581. So the migration process had to be sped up. I would ultimately love to have finished, the KvK in 1412. I didn't try to, people are saying, oh, you ran away. I didn't run away, because before the matchmaking even started, I already spoke to the leadership in 1412, indicating that I am going to be leaving 1412. I just didn't know what kingdom. So I've talked to a few kingdoms out there. I even tried to reach out to 2777. I've reached out to a few more kingdoms. I don't want to discuss all of them, but a few good kingdoms that I found, and then I reached out to them. But ultimately, when Morningstar reached out to me, he says, hey, Shin, we met in the Philippines with the ROK meetup. And I'm like, okay, there was an instant build of trust that this guy is not going to screw me over coming into, his kingdom. And this guy is actually excited to have me in their kingdom. And for me, I feel like it would be really fun to be able to play with them, especially that I met them in real life. And he said there's a few people that's also migrating, and today we're going to look into some of the guys who have actually joined. One of the biggest things as well, as you guys know, I'm from the Philippines, and I'm proud of it. We have a little bit of a group here from the Philippines, so I like it. I kind of have this idea that maybe we can build as well within the kingdom, more like a stronger Filipino community, because we've seen Arabic community kingdoms. We have seen Indonesian community kingdoms, Vietnamese even, Chinese even. But there is also a lot of Filipinos who play this game. So definitely one of the idea that I'm thinking is that, hey, maybe we can form a good kingdom with majority of the Filipinos joining us in here. alongside with, of course, international players. And the best thing about Filipinos, Filipino culture is like super friendly and super nice. So that is one of the perks that we can definitely offer, if people decide to migrate into this kingdom eventually. But ideally, I would like this kingdom to remain in the seed C, maybe low seed B, or maybe I would just say high seed C would be perfect. I don't want this kingdom to go into A or become an Imperium. In that case, if it ever happens, I will tell you right now, I am going to be leaving the kingdom if we end up becoming an Imperium kingdom, because I try to get away from the Imperium and I don't want to be in an Imperium kingdom for a while. I may go back, I may change my gameplay. It's possible I could do it, but for the meantime, I want to be able to enjoy a few things that I really miss. And hopefully, maybe Puddle Cakes can join us in here, because I do miss some of the battle testing that we do. And maybe we can do some battle testing here as well with some of the teams. We recently seen with Skinsy and Morningstar did some battle testing for us. That was really amazing because it does support the channel as well. So another thing that I look for is people who supports the channel. Like, I'm not just going to migrate to a kingdom that doesn't really support the channel. So for what I've seen in here, there's a lot of players who've actually watched the channel. And that is actually really a positive thing for me because, at the end of the day, it's not just about playing the game for me anymore. It's also, how many people are actually interested on checking out the contents that we're making, supporting the channel, and being there with us whenever we go live stream and stuff. So those are some of the factors that really plays in a role of me migrating into getting out of 1412 as well. So, 1412 did really support us, especially in the beginning. I think they did a wonderful job. I never have any complaints really with the 1412. Maybe at the end, kind of like, they were still watching at the end. They were telling me not to make sure that I have stream delay. I do respect that. I think 1412 is one of the best kingdoms that I have ever been part of. And the experience of the gameplay and the battle is absolutely insane. But let's talk about what's next here for us. We're now registering for Heroic Anthem. So 4 camps. This is going to be very interesting. I don't know what's going to happen once we get into the Heroic Anthem, if we're going to be able to win this or not. But what we can say is that we're going to try to do our best. I'm also going to be traveling again to the Philippines during this time frame, so I'm still going to do my best in participating in the Heroic Anthem. I did tell Morningstar that I am going back to the Philippines, so I'm going to be a little bit busy as well. But we have some new migrations as well throughout the process that since I came here, there was more people who've also fluxed into the Alliance with their recruitment team doing a wonderful job. So today, we're going to take a look because I know there's some changes in here with the top power. We got this player who was in my group chat for a long time ago with Miyajai and Angel Pixie Bullets in here, right? He is a very powerful player in here as well. There's also many more who have migrated. Now, I don't know exactly the entire name of people, but Sephiroth in here also migrated with us. And also, I believe Slash was also with us during 1228. So there's a little bit of rekindling in some members in here with us today. Let me see Bullet's account here. He's pretty powerful, actually. 145 million power with about 5 billion kill points and 31 million deads. That's pretty insane. He's got pretty solid gears here, as you can see. Wow. He's got all these crit stuff in here. So definitely this is quite exciting to see how things are going to turn out with this kingdom, because we just, recruited some really powerful players as well. We got I Am Waki. I've met him in real life. He has the Buko Pie shop in, I believe it was said to be in Laguna. But at the end of the day, there's still a lot for me to get to know within this kingdom. Of course, there's a lot of also free to play in here. There's not a lot of gold chests in comparison to 1412 or 412A. But one thing that I find that is really good with this kingdom is that players are very active. You can see there's always rallies ongoing in here. So that is really good because we're able to pop at least 2 to 3 times a day with a blue crystal, I've noticed. So that's a good thing. We're definitely going to miss the high level gift chest. We had the orange chest there in 412. I think that was really nice to see. But at the end of the day, I think it's all about the activity on how you're going to play with this. It's gonna really change how my approach in here in the game for being in the seed C, because it's been a while since I was, and I used to be a spender, which I've spent like about closer to like $60,000 back then when I was playing in the seeds, seed C to B. Eventually went to A with 228, I think, and then I don't know if 228 ever became an Imperium, but I think I left 228 around seed A or something like that. Um, it's definitely gonna be a big change, especially now that I am really not, spending money in, with the game anymore. I did spend here, for the supply gem in here, but that's pretty much it with me, with this game. So ultimately, a lot of people would like to spread rumors like I left early with 412, I ran away. You know, 1307 is a great kingdom. I have no negative remark for that. They are tenacious warriors. They're great, but I did not migrate out because of the losing KvK. I really just migrated out because of the time frame that we have to register, and I had to move early. And Morningstar said, "Hey, migrate now and start farming because we need to do that, and we need to get into the battle. Because we'll need to get into the battlefield, right? Because they're going to be registering soon." So I think that was a good choice. I kind of delayed it a little bit. I actually told Morningstar, "Hey, bro, I actually want to migrate as soon as the pass open up. So when we get into the last zone with the Zig, I'll be able to fight a little bit in there." Give my all out in there to try to kill as much as I can with the 1307, or at least put some troops in the hospital for 1307. So that's what I did. I had like 11 million kills and right around about 2 million 2 million deads, I think. Let's take a look. I think I put this in favorite. So I got about 11 days to get my stuff to get returned in here. So those are some of the facts that I'm presenting in here, but let's allow other people who just make some random issues in here. But at the end of the day, I know what I'm doing, and I think it's going to be very interesting in how things are going to unfold, and we're going to try to make contents for this new kingdom. And I hope that the 2500 realm will accept me here with, gracious in here. I think it's time for some new audiences as well, a new crowd to see within Rise of Kingdoms as we enter into the 2500 realm. Anyway, rockers, if you are in the 2500 realm, let me know what kingdom you are in, and don't forget to subscribe to see more contents. Hit like, and I'll see you again next time.